Hey there tadpoles, I am the Frog and today I'm going to be teaching you how to hide your chest in the best possible way. So this way is really cheap, you don't need any pistons, no sticky pistons, no redstone, no nothing. In fact, we're being very smart about it and we're actually using the environment around us rather than actually having to create like a secret room or anything like that. So I'm sure some of you will probably have heard of this before, but most of you probably won't because I think it's very clever and it does not look suspicious at all. So let's get on with it. So all you need is a hoe and some dirt. That is pretty much it. So the chest has to be near some dirt, and rather than hiding it in a secret chest room, you can actually hide it outside, plain in open sight, even though no one's ever going to find it. So basically, I've hidden my chest under my steps in my house. This is my house. It's not really. It's actually Ghost Activision's. But anyway, you know, I got some steps leading up to my doors, and my chest is underneath these steps. But the only way anyone's ever going to find them is if you hoe the ground in front of it, and then when you hoe the ground, the block is no longer a full block. You take a little bit of the block off, so there's like a little tiny gap, and what you're going to do is you're going to look through that tiny gap and you're going to see the chest, and then you can open your chest and access it. And then once you're done, you just trample on the ground and then, you know, it's going to go back to normal. Then you walk off like nothing happened. There are other variations of this where you don't have to hide them under your steps, you can hide them in other places, but I'll get onto that later. But yeah, basically this setup is perfect for anyone who has a house like this. I know it's very common where you have steps leading up off the ground onto the house, and if you have that, you can take full advantage of it and use this hidden chest method. Now, chests cannot open when there is a full block above them. It actually blocks the chest and you can't open it anymore, and that's why steps, half slabs, fence posts, you know, any block that isn't completely full, you can put that on top of a chest and it will still open up. However, the thing is, chests are quite noisy, aren't they? When you open them, it makes a massive creak sound. It's like, and everyone just turns around like, oh, he's got a hidden chest somewhere. So this next one is a bit more secretive. This one is using the rail and minecart combination, the minecart chest, sorry. And basically, instead of a chest, you just put some rail down and then you put a chest in a minecart, which is an actual object. It's a weird name, I know. You put that on the rail and then you cover it up. It's exactly the same setup as we did earlier, but this time you can actually put a full block on top of it because chests in minecarts don't actually have to open up. They just, you know, it's just like a static object that has an inventory. It doesn't actually have a lid that opens up. So you can put a full block above it. So the advantage there is that if you're on like a hill, you can just like go on any natural generation on the grasslands or whatever the biome's called. You just put a chest in a place like this, hoe the ground, and then you can access it. It doesn't make any noise and you can put a full block above it. However, the one downside to this is that when new players join the game, and you know when your chunks load up bit by bit and you can kind of see through the world, well, the thing is, minecart chests, they actually load up quicker than the other chunks. So it's kind of like paintings. You know how paintings, you'll see paintings in the distance floating for no reason because the chunk hasn't loaded yet? That can actually happen for chest minecarts. So any new players that have joined the game who have bad connection, they're going to spot your minecart chest. It's going to load up and it's going to be perfectly visible. But you know, once the chunk is loaded, they're not going to find it, are they? Because it's just, it's not obvious at all. They'll never find it. There's no evidence, no clues as to where it is. It's just in a bit of random hill under the grass. So that's another way, and the third and final way is how to hide your chest under some grass where it's a normal chest and not a minecart chest, in case, you know, you're scared of people finding it when they load up the chunks. So what you have to do this time is you actually have to dig one further down so that the chest has room to open, if you know what I mean. I'm demonstrating in the video here where the chest has an empty block above it, so it has room to open, and basically, you know, you just have to dig a little bit further down and then place your chest and then cover it up all the same. Then you can hoe the ground, look through the tiny little gap of the tilled earth, and then you can open your chest. So yeah, each one has a disadvantage. Normal chests are noisy, but minecart chests people can see when they load up their chunks. So, you know, you have to choose. It's totally up to you. But still, once the chunks have loaded up and people are running around, they're never going to find your chest. Make sure you put it in a place where not a lot of players live near, because, you know, when players live near that area, they're going to like maybe dig up some earth to get some dirt, you know, so they might accidentally come across your chest. But you know, as long as you put it in a place where they won't dig, like right outside your house, they're not going to do that. And also, the final trick of the video is that when you're looking at your chest, it may seem a little bit obvious that you're staring into a tiny gap of tilled ground. So what I would do is I'd put like a crafting bench next to it, so that when you're staring into your chest, they'll think, oh look, he's just crafting something. He's looking at the crafting bench and not into the little tilled earth. And hopefully they'll ignore the hoed ground ground and just think that you're crafting, or think that you're AFK. They think you're away doing something, you're busy, and you've just left your controller there. So yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed. I just think this is a much better way of hiding your chests rather than a whole chest room, because you know, chest rooms, if you do the X-ray glitch, you can easily see where people have hidden their chest rooms. So yeah, what I would do is I'll scatter around your items in different chests under different places of the ground, and also put your valuables in an ender chest as well. That's one of the smartest ways for it. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if this was something new for you, or you just found it interesting, please go ahead and slap that like button. It really helps me out. Even if you did know what it is, I hope I just reminded you of how useful this could be. Anyway, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel to become a tadpole, and if you're already a tadpole, go ahead and favourite the video to become a true frog. Go the extra mile. And lastly, feel free to comment in the section below. Did you know this? Did you not know this? I think this is a good method of hiding the chest. And of course, lastly, check me out on Twitter and Facebook at The Frog Squad, and www.facebook.com/The Frog Squad. That's about it from me. And until next time, see you later, frog.